And now if you want to count the number of files with the word setup in their path, what it basically means is, in because this text file has the link or the path of each file, if we just count the number of lines in this all setup.py text file, that will give me total number of files which has setup in their path. So I'll do a wc on this file. So we'll do an all setup. So it gives the number of lines, number of character, number of words and characters. So I'll use an L option that will only give me the number of lines. So this is basically 119 is basically the total number of files with the word setup in their path. And you can do a more and check this. I'm doing all setup. All setup.py. So all of these have either setup in their path or setup in their uh, you know eh, in them. So this, for example, if you look at this line, it has setup in its path, not in the file name. So it also counts them. Okay, let's look at the next exercise. So it says that find all the commands in your history that contains an HTTP link. So what it wants me to do is, we want to find in our history that has this HTTP, this word, because any link will have an HTTP. So we'll search HTTP in our history file. So what we'll do is, if we type in a history, so it will show me all the commands that I have used in the last 1600 commands. Right now it's 1600. And what I will do is, I will pipe it and do a string search. So what is a string search? We use grep for string search. Ignore case, and then we will do HTTP. So what it will do is, it will redirect or pipe the history, the output of history, and put it through a grep search. And if I do that, so you see, let's make this a full screen. I'll clean up and run the command again. So you see, it is listing out all the entries in my history, or all the commands that I have used in the last maybe 10 days, and listing out those lines which has this link, so HTTP match. So wherever it could match the HTTP word, it will output that. And of course, now with this output, you can save it to a file. You can view it in a more. If you want to view it in a more, which is a command, then you have to use pipe. If you want to save it to a file, you use a redirection operator and say all HTTP commands .txt, and it will save it to a file. So if you do an ls.l, you will see there is another file that I've created, all http command.txt. You can do a more of all http command.txt, and it will show the contents of that file in that more. Okay, let's clean up the screen, and we will do the fourth exercise. So this exercise will be very interesting. So what it tells me to do is, this is a link from the Gutenberg website. This is a e-file server, and it seems like this is a text file. It ends with .txt. So it says that this link has a text file which contains a list of files for legendary novel Moby Dick. So this is a link to the file or ebook for Moby Dick. This is a very famous novel. So let's go to this file. I'll open it in new tab, and you see it takes some time to load. Oh, maybe it did not work. So let me try again. Okay, so now I can see this is the link to the file, and this is the Moby Dick novel. And it seems like it's quite a long file. It has some text, and then there are some links in here, or some list of file names. Okay, let's go back. So first thing is, you have to read the file from shell. That means I'll use a curl command. So I'll just copy this link, and then I'll use a curl, and then type the link in, and then it should take some time. And you see it just fetched all the contents of that file from the web. So the first part is done. Now it is saying, find all the occurrences of .txt file names in it. So dot file, I want to search to a string search of .txt. So if you look at the in the web browser, so I had this .txt. So let me do a file search here just for fun. .txt. It says 136 occurrences. So there are 136 times this text is repeated in this in this file. So I want to do that on the terminal. So what I will do is, so let's get this link. I'll make it a big screen, and then I'll do a grep search on it. Grep dash I, and then I will do .txt. Let's see what it shows. So it is showing me all the time number of times this .txt has appeared in this. So not number of times, it's just showing me the number of the lines itself, uh, how many times it has appeared. So now I have found out all the occurrences of .txt in from this text file. And then what it says is, then sort them in reverse order and save them in mobilelist.txt. So what it is asking me to do is then use a sort command on that. So let me see. So if we do this, then it gives me all the text files, the word txt in that file. And then what I will do is I'll pipe it through a sorty, and it says reverse sort. So pipe sort has I think an option called reverse. So let's see. So it has an option called reverse. So we can just type in reverse re. So if we fire in this command, what it shows is it will show all the text, but now it has reversed it. You see, the highest is in the top and the lowest is in the bottom. And then we want to do is save it into this file name called mobilelist.txt. So this, and then I will save it to right click mobilelist.txt. ls-l, so there should be a file called mobilelist.txt. And if we do a more on this mobilelist.txt, you should be able to see all the links to the text file, all the lines which has that .txt in it. Now let's go to the last part. In this file, find the count of the string ahab. How many times does the string ahab appear? So this is basically a string search. However, in grep, what we do is we'll search the occurrences, but we don't know how to count the occurrences. Like for example, if we do a grep search of the string ahab standard way, so we'll do a grep dash I, ignore case, so ahab, and then if we do the file name, which is mobi.txt, what it shows is it shows me the lines where it matched the letter ahab, but it doesn't tell me how many times it appeared, how many times did it match. So that means we need to use some more options for grep. So what we will do is we will do dash I, and then we'll try to see if we can get some more options. Say for example, I'll do a dash, and then let's see what it shows. So there is an option called ignore case count. Okay, it says there is an option called count. So what we can do is dash I, ignore case, and I will also do a dash dash count. Let's see if it shows. Okay, so it shows 13, which means I used an option I for ignore case, but I also used another option called dash dash count. So remember how I found this option. So when you do a grep and you do a dash, and then you tab, and then tab again, and then tab again, so it will show what are the options available as for this command. So if you do a dash dash, it is showing different kind of options. So count was an option, so I just used count and did a double search, and what it found out was the answer 13. So 13 times it repeats, and that is what the answer is. And if you just want to see how many times the lines where it matched, you do a grep, and it shows the lines in which it matched. Thank you very much. That's the end of the exercise for today.